Hey, RetconRaider here. Before we get started, I'd just like to thank the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Matthew Holmquist, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, as we continue our casual tour of an increasingly suspicious druid grove, as well as the demons that inhabit it. Neat. Let's see what Lae'zel has to say about all this.
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
Yes, of course, because I am certainly going to take the side of the Gith-hating lunatic who wants to murder me. An admirable interrogation technique. Very efficient.
Tch! A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
I believe it is tiefling.
I am unfamiliar with the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps.
You and me both. I do not know this protocol. What does purification entail?
The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By Vlaakith's covenant, I know little more.
Well, based on the name, plus the lawful evil nature of the Gith, I'm gonna guess it's something lethal. But hey, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Let's see if we can glean some insight.
Lae'zel's eyes drift downward. Something is off. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Interesting. Gotta say, I am very tempted to try digging deeper with our newfound mental powers. But at the same time, based on everything we've seen so far, that also seems like a really bad idea. There is something else you want to say. Spit it out.
An infinitude. We are not friends. I will speak when it suits me, and not before.
Fair enough. I'm glad we could come to an understanding. Now, we've got several more people we still need to talk to, including the Blade of Frontiers. But first, let's go have a chat with the corpse.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Saddler, toughest in the tribe.
I see. And how did they capture you?
Scouting, snooping. Tieflings don't fight fair.
Who leads your tribe?
Boss Ragslin and the Drow.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. The Drow. There was a dead Drow down in... Oh, we never talked to him. Okay, Just gonna add that to our to-do list real quick. Still getting used to the idea of talking with corpses. It's such an unusual but fascinating aspect to Baldur's Gate 3. You know, now that I think about it, we actually saw a drow in that cutscene back in episode 2. Can anyone in your tribe heal?
Priestess Gut. Powerful.
One question left. Your tribe must have some valuable loot. Where do they hide it?
Ragslin. Waterfall. Bridge.
Alright, that's a fairly solid lead. We did see several suspicious caverns beneath the bridge to the west, so safe bet that one of those is what we're looking for. It's also worth noting that while a lot of the hidden goodies you can find just by being thorough or passing a perception check, there are some items that will only appear if you find an appropriate lore or dialogue option that reveals its presence. Not sure if this is actually one of those cases, but it certainly couldn't hurt.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Huh. Looks like Lae'zel is in an unusually chatty mood today.
Forget this goblin priestess. She will not know about purification.
Ah, okay, I see. Do you not think it is best to explore all our options?
A change is coming. I do not know the day. I do not know if it'll be sunup, sundown, or at afternoon's high. But it is coming. And every unnecessary option we explore is another toll of the bell.
You know, that is a very valid concern. I can't really argue with her on that, but I am starting to have some serious doubts about the urgency of our timeline surrounding this whole tadpole situation. Based on the things that we've seen and encountered thus far during our travels, I'm starting to think that these variant tadpoles that we're implanted with, the absolute tadpoles, are actually designed for long-term implantation to control the host rather than transform them, though the Mind Flayers obviously did have a contingency to spontaneously transform an infected person, as we saw back on the ship with that mysterious tube that instantly transformed that poor woman at the push of a button. So really, despite Lae'zel's entirely justified grousing, I think we actually can afford to pursue every possible avenue. Though we would want to avoid getting stuck in another Illithid tube.
That might be worth a look.
Oh. Okay. Huh. I really don't want to get more sidetracked, but we can't just walk by this thing. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. This is the other side of the underground passage, where we fought those goblins and saved that doodad. You know, this actually puts us within spitting distance of that dead drow, though we would have to find our way past this fire-spewing lion statue. Let's go finish checking out that storage house, then we'll double back here. Huh. We've got this collapsed bridge here. I wonder if that implies there's something on the other side. It's funny, between this game and Solasta, I'm actually having to completely rewire the way that I perceive these fantasy cRPGs. You know, in most cases, you see something like a wall or a rock or a low-hanging branch or shrub, And you know you can't get past that, so everything beyond it might as well not exist. It's all just set dressing. But that's just not the case with this latest round of D&D-based cRPGs. Sorry, I just lost myself in thought there. Right, we were trying to get into this storehouse. Okay, so how do we get over there? We've got some fairly blatant openings in the back of that storehouse, but the ground appears to be impassable. Aha! Okay, let's see what we've got here. We'll leave the rest of the party at... Oh. Hello there. You okay?
Stop! This place is off limits. Leave.
I think we need to tread lightly here. We don't want her raising an alarm. Also, I see Shadowheart teleported in behind us. Good for her. Unfortunate.
You got something to say?
Okay, we might be in a bit of trouble here. I can't imagine threatening to murder her will improve the situation. So let us use the power of lying. I am afraid I cannot. I have been placed in charge of this area.
But Zevlor said Damn it! Figured it was a pity post anyway. Do what you gotta do. Sorry if I don't show you around.
You show too much weakness. You will be left behind.
Relax. I'll be up and about once this potion... Wait. What in the nine hells happened to your face? Are you all right?
Hurtful. Anyway, you mentioned a potion. What did you drink?
Sorry, I didn't mean... I bought it off the old woman in the cave. Sells potions. To her credit, it worked. I'm as strong as a bugbear. And fearless. Course she also warned of side effects. Should have listened. Now I'm stuck guarding crates.
Yes, well, crate guarding is a serious job.
Deadly serious. Still, the sooner this wears off, the better.
Oh, nice. Now that we have convinced her we are a fellow crate guardian, we have free reign to rummage through all these containers. Though I suppose we should start with the one containing the evil.
The evil thing's in the chest.
Stand back. Uh-huh. So I'm guessing it's either the onyx or this key that is the evil thing. I guess that makes sense. We are dealing with a literal rodent. Well, problem solved.
The evil thing's gone! Now, where was I?
I don't know. Eating that paralyzed tiefling? Let's see what else we've got in here. Oh, okay. A big old stack of poison. I'm gonna say that seems a little unusual for a druid enclave. I mean, I'm assuming this belongs to the druids because it was in a cabinet we unlocked using a druid key. Though I suppose poison would fall under their purview. It is basically a naturally occurring substance. Huh. Guess I've never really thought about that. I will say, though, it does seem a bit odd to find a stack of poison sitting right next to what I'm assuming are the tiefling's food supplies. Though we do have a tiefling guard in here who was placed by Zelvor, so I don't know. That kind of muddies the waters a bit. Is this a druid storage shed, or is it a tiefling storage shed? Because that could very much change the context of what we just found. Druid's Ledger. A detailed record of the Druid's food and medical supplies. Supply log is scrawled and underlined on the inside cover. The dirt-stained pages that follow track the storage and use of food and medical supplies. A flurry of entries near the end suggest that the reserves are nearly depleted. Well, I guess that somewhat answers our question. This does appear to be the Druid's storehouse, but the tieflings seem to have essentially taken it over and largely depleted it. Mind you, I'm not saying that the tieflings did it maliciously, they're obviously just trying to survive. But it does add some valuable context to why Kaga, the current leader of the Druids, might not want them to stay here. Hey, coffee. Not something I expected to find, but always a welcome discovery. Alright, I think that's everything, so let us leap through the ceiling in the least suspicious way possible and be on our way. Excellent. She doesn't suspect a thing. At any rate, now that we have finished raiding the Tiefling and Druid's joint food supplies, like the heroes we are, let's double back to that door we passed. I'd actually like to head back and have a chat with that drow in Halsin's lab. Though it is, of course, going to take some micromanaging to get us back there, so let's go ahead and skip forward real quick. And we are back. Let's see if this dead man has any tales for us.
The The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Ned Cyrannus of the Absolute.
Well, Ned, I have some questions for you. We already know from Halsin's journals how this guy died and who killed him. But I guess we could use more details about what he was trying to accomplish. What happened to you?
Scouting. Found druids.
Where did you get your tadpole?
The corpse remains silent. It doesn't understand the question.
Oh, wow. That is intriguing. So he didn't know that he had been implanted with a Mind Flayer parasite. Also, I wonder if that still counts as one of our questions. We only get 5, so... Where did you start following the Absolute?
Moonrise Towers. Initiation.
Oh, I see. How many drow are there?
Minthara. Back at camp.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so the unanswered question did count against us. But that's fine, because we got some very intriguing information. Let me just process this for a moment. It's going to take us a minute to get back to the Druid Enclave anyway. Okay, so we know that the drow and the goblins are working together, and all of them, as far as we are aware, have been infiltrated by the Absolute. They are apparently based out of or around the Moonrise Towers, which are west of our current location across the bridge, and just happens to be the same place where the druid Halsin has gone missing. May or may not be related to the artifact, the Night Song, which is also apparently hidden there somewhere, question mark. Then, to further complicate the matters, we've also got the Harpers involved, because they're out here apparently investigating some sort of corrupt cult of Selûne, which I believe is the good-aligned sister of Shar. So that might tie into why Shadowheart is actually out here. Come to think of it, the altered tadpoles, which are essentially being used to create Illithid sleeper agents, could explain why that cult of Selûne became corrupted, and it could also explain what happened to the Harper agents, because goodness knows we haven't actually seen any out here yet. I imagine they're either dead or co-opted. Wow, we have got quite a tangled cobweb. Oh boy, so what conclusions can we draw here? Goblins, drow, definitely co-opted by the Absolute. Key leaders are Razgan, the goblin leader, Mel, the drow, and Priestess Gut. Then we've also got this plateau up here, which initially I thought might lead us to the Moonrise Towers. But now I'm starting to think that's actually further west as well, since that is apparently where the goblins have set up camp.
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel?
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
I suppose that actually brings us to a different conundrum, which is whatever Lae'zel is hiding from us. Because honestly, I wasn't really suspicious of her until the dialogue basically told me she was hiding something from us. And honestly, given the context, I'm imagining that's probably pretty straightforward. I imagine the purification process is fatal, and she is just deliberately concealing that from us so that A, we'll still continue helping her, and B, we won't just wander off and turn into an Ilithid outside of her line of sight, whilst she tries to rally us all towards our deaths. Alright, let's pick up where we left off.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
This is some sort of delicacy in your land? I will try anything once.
That's a good attitude. Here, have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
That animation could use a bit more polish, but this is early access. On the bright side, free gruel. Delicious.
Take your time. Get a feel for it.
We'll be leaving soon. Make sure you stock up.
Thank you, Floor Tube. Your counsel is wise indeed.
Again. Swing and swing.
Oh, I want to read that, but we can't. If we touch that, everyone will get mad at us.
How long before I can fight a real goblin?
If it isn't the talk of the camp.
It's a rare day when I see one of you lot about.
You look more green than yellow, Petal. Are you hurt, cold, feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
Okay. I don't think you could possibly be screaming stranger danger any louder than you currently are. She knows we're a Gith. She is not put off by it. And I'm fairly certain this is the woman that poisoned the tiefling in the storehouse and left her paralyzed and on the verge of death. Let us, tread lightly. You could be friend or foe. Why should I drink anything you prepare?
I know Githyanki make a habit of paranoia, but 'tis just a healing potion.
Yeah, I'll bet. A being like you knows of the Gith.
Yes, and you're as grumpy as I remember. No offense, love, but
You don't look well. Are you all right?
I am fine. Just bone-weary after a difficult day.
Oh, stop! Even on a good day, half the camp acts like a bunch of screaming brats. I'm tempted to smack them all on the backside and tell them to kiss and make up. Not that they'd listen to little old me. Anyway, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
Yes, show me your wares.
Hey, bother.
Coralon's Grace. This light, flexible staff is of elven make, marked with mithril sigils that channel magic in the blink of an eye. unhampered resistance. If the wielder is attacked while not wearing armor, they receive a D4 bonus to savings throws. Wow, okay. Still not much use to us because we don't have anyone who's using stabs. But I could definitely see that being useful if you were running an unarmored wizard like... what's his face? Gale?
Take care now, sweetie. Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions?
Oh, yeah. She is yet another potential avenue to pursue for the, tadpole removal. Not sure what she's up to, but she is making me really uneasy.
Nay, bother, love. Come back anytime.
And jab with the right.
Oh, you know what? That might be the hag that Halsin mentioned in one of his letters. Now moved into town since Halsin went missing. Speaking of which, I almost forgot to follow up with these guys.
I'm drinking. You're leaving.
You're mistaken. I am not leaving until you tell me exactly what happened to the first druid.
I already told you. He was at the temple ruins with us. But it ain't like we forced him to go along. As soon as he heard we had a contract to find that Night Song relic, he was more eager than a hound in heat. When the goblins jumped us, most of my crew scarpered, just like I taught them to. The old codger didn't.
And where exactly did you leave him?
Gobos are holed up in the temple ruins, out west of here. Last I saw Halsin, he was right in the thick of them. If you head that way, you'll likely smell him, or hear their drums before you see him.
And you just left him to die?
Yeah, and I'd do the same again. He weren't my responsibility. If you want to play the hero, go ask the goblins nicely, and maybe they'll give you whatever's left of him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hells take me. What I wouldn't do for better tools.
Alright, now let's see here. Man, we've got more options for this whole tadpole thing than I was expecting. We've got Lae'zel's Crash, we've got the Druid Halsin, and his assistant Nettie, as well as, apparently, the Goblin Priestess Gut, as well as that suspicious potion maker. Though, to be perfectly honest, I sincerely doubt those latter two would actually be much help to us. I think, based on everything we've seen so far, the Druid Halsin is actually our best bet. Everything seems to be channeling us towards him.
Parry. No. Ah. And again. Swing and swing and... Oh! Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not... Ah! Sorry. I've never seen your faces. Well, I should get back to it.
Wow, rude. Oh, yes, well, resume your flailing then, before I give you real cause to yelp.
No offense meant. I was just surprised. Concentrating on this blasted target. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Probably could have just stopped it useless, but sure. Inspire fear with a war cry. Loosen bowels before you spill them. Proctha Jack.
Haratha Jack. And swing! Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
Sorry, I really didn't think that was gonna work. But sure, why not? Oh boy. One strike means nothing. Keep training, and you may not embarrass yourself in battle.
I'll suffer embarrassment so long as I survive. I just hope the druids won't make that harder than it is, but I'll keep at it. Thank you.
One last thing. Do not shout out your moves like that. It spoils the surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes. When the time comes, it'll be nothing but battle cries from me.
Good luck with that. And thanks for the, battle axe?
Step, parry, step and swing. Yes! Hold. And step, swing, parry, swing.
Go on. Give me your best shot.
Not bad. Again. Hey, keep focus. See how I used your own force against you?
I can't do it.
Of course you can. It just takes time. I didn't become the Blade of Frontiers overnight.
Oh, that's us. This child is too soft. You are wasting your time.
Ignore him, kid.
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. An unknown face commands your mind. Rust-red skin, gnarled horns.
Chuck! He is infected.
I'll be damned to the hells. You were on the ship.
I saw a creature in your thoughts. Your patron, perhaps.
Keep at it, kid. A creature? Well, sounds like that parasite's really wormed its way in. We've both got bugs tickling our grey matter. And I've been having the strangest dreams. I haven't turned into a mind flayer just yet. But sooner or later, my luck will run out. Been thinking I need a healer. And I reckon you've been thinking the same.
Do you understand the danger you are in?
I'm not about to reveal my fear to the children. They expect a hero, not a coward. And yes, I've heard the stories. Wait long enough, and a squiddy bursts out of us. I've been waiting for this druid Halsin to return. They say he's pretty powerful. He could probably help us. Problem is, the goblins have nabbed him. We better go find him before we start growing talons and tentacles.
Yes, very well. Come with me if you want. But I will not stand for trouble.
Excellent idea, but I have a condition.
Now a condition? You cannot be serious.
Look at these kids. They've no chance on the road, not while goblins infest it. I've got the grandest of plans. You and me, we kill the goblin horde's leaders. That should scatter the buggers. Frontier justice, I call that. What say you?
Well, I am certainly not adverse to, slaughtering a bunch of goblins, especially ones that have been co-opted by mind flayers. But at the same time, We only promised Zelvor that we would talk to the druids for him, not go on some grand crusade. I think we'll play this one close to the vest. Keep our options open. I will think about it, but no promises.
I love your spirit, but you're full up. But when the time comes, just holler. The Blade of Frontiers will come calling.
Yes, go to my camp and wait for me.
A splendid plan. Let's chat there.
How'd you become the Blade of Frontiers?
He's gone, kid.
And that's the best name they could...
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
Oh man, no, you do not want that. Actually, you know what? I think we can justify going with the least horrifying option. Be strong and watch over your kin. In trust, there is victory.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Is that what that was?
Any questions, children?
Well, I am not going to talk to these creepy children. Moving on. We're almost out of time anyway.
Another one. What are you under there, then? Ant? Or rocks?
I do not know what these things are. What are you talking about?
The keepers of this place. They change their form to fit their need.
Sure, makes sense.
They become birds, to hunt on the wing. Bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Shiny bits? The tieflings put something in your hay.
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
Delightful. Nothing interactive here, but we'll keep our eyes open for piles around the Enclave.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Sorry.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Sure, thanks. Looks like we're just about out of time, but against my better judgment, let's see what's going on with this guy.
He stares right past you as if you're invisible or boring.
Are you all right? I see. Anything else on your mind?
He's still staring right past you.
Okay.
You see nothing out of the ordinary. When you turn back, there's no trace of the child.
You know what? I deserve that. That is what I get for interacting with any of the weird kids in this weird town. Especially after that shining moment with their training instructor. Hey, look at that. Once again, my rampant kleptomania has paid off. It's not the most exciting find, but we do need gloves, and these things would have set us back about 80 to 100 gold if we had bought them like normal people. Not too shabby. Now let's just crack this thing open, and I think we'll be at a good stopping point. Alright, folks. Another lore-heavy episode, but I've gotta say, I am really into this. I am genuinely impressed with the quality and reactivity of the dialogue we've encountered, and how intricately a lot of this lore and a lot of these plot elements seem to fit together. Sure, I will say the combat side of things could stand to be polished up a bit. They're a bit too liberal with those bonus actions, but aside from that, I am really looking forward to seeing where this all takes us. That said, given that we are literally right outside the Druid Grove at this point, I suspect things will be heating up in the near future. At this rate, we might be neck-deep in goblin hordes before too much longer. Something to look forward to. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Baldur's Gate 3, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube and Twitch channels, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. As always, links are in the description.
I'm drinking. You're leaving.